Now, if you need blood, I'm prone to nosebleeds. I have dry sinuses because of allergies, and I pick my nose with a metal hand.
Dracula is one of my favourite films, and I've seen it countless times. I was genuinely happy to see it referenced in this episode.
FLYNN'S Arcade.
Hello! Welcome to FLYNN'S Arcade. This video is about The Silent Partners, which was written by Doc Hammer and first broadcast on October 24th, 2010 with reference to the art of the Venture Bros. It's the Bram Stoker's Dracula episode. Let's go.
Yes, vampires. Where do you want us to bite you?
I don't want to be bitten. Can you just do the sucking part and not the biting part?
Billy has been kidnapped by Monstroso, who has given him an offer he can't refuse.
How did you know my name?
You're one of the most talented surgeons alive. Who doesn't know of Dr. Wait, you're not a doctor. You never went to medical school.
So, after enlisting the help of the pirate captain, Hunter, Brock and Shoreleave embark on a rescue mission.
Well,
What are we waiting for?
we have to actually set sail. Like, you guys have to help me tie down those sails.
Billy has an erotically charged encounter with three apparently vampiric women.
Bitten. Can you just do the sucking part and not the biting part? Now, if you need blood, I'm prone to nosebleeds. I have dry sinuses because of allergies, and I pick my nose with a metal hand.
Which I'll discuss later in the video. White acquires a robot,
What is that?
Robo-Bo, a robotic butler/manservant in the imposing yet familiar guise of Bo Duke.
and King Gorilla meets his demise at the hands of the investors.
What are you waiting for? Do it! Come on, you fucking freak!
But he goes down fighting.
Hey, see that bag hanging there? That's my shit! Eat it!
Character development. Billy and White. Billy is proved to be a highly competent surgeon in this episode, as proved by Monstroso, who is so rich he can hire the best of the best to do his surgery, so he chose Billy. But it turns out that Billy has been working at the hospital illegally because he lacks the proper paperwork and is lying about it. But due to his competence and medical ethics, Billy finally receives his qualifications.
You have me and the investors all wrong, son. Those papers you just signed, those are your diplomas from medical school.
So he can work legitimately from now on. His high ethical standards also mean that Monstroso is still alive at the end of the episode.
Sorry, I broke another one.
Very well. Let's get some rest here, Mr. Monstroso.
Which will become an important plot point as we move into the season finale. White is up to his old tricks, spending money on stupid crap, but he steps up when he asks SPHINX to rescue Billy.
I have a check here for $50,000 for whoever helps me rescue Billy from vampires.
Showing that he really does care about him deep down. Monstroso.
I'm kidding. I'm sensitive to size.
Not as much as I am at this moment.
Monstroso is the big bad of season 4. But, like Phantom Limb, he is a gentleman villain and a perfect example of lawful evil. Instead of frightening Billy into doing the operation, which, considering his size, money and influence, would have been very easy for him, he treats him kindly.
I admit it, I've been showing you a good time.
Well, the indoor mini golf was cool. And the bumper cars would have been cool if yours wasn't as big as an SUV.
And attempts to make his wildest dreams come true, and finally gives Billy what he yearns for, a license to practice medicine. His personal qualities will also become a major plot point in the season finale. Calling Brock and Molotov's current relationship strained would be a massive understatement. But it would take somebody pretty impressive for her to call it off entirely and to risk her life on a rescue mission. But Monstroso's behaviour in this episode makes her change of heart entirely plausible. The investors. We first saw the investors a few episodes back as General Consolidated Insurance. They were shadowy donors at State University, but they have a bigger part to play in this episode. Their name indicates that they are members or work for the guild. Their behaviour indicates that they are vampires, and they are described as such by Billy. I always thought of them as vampires, but I recently learned that they're actually Greek gods. They are a malevolent presence in the Ventureverse, and their calm and calculated execution of King Gorilla is reminiscent of organised crime and indicates that they will stop at nothing to get what they want. SPHINX.
Point a gun at you, you call the police. If a bunch of guys are pointing guns at you, you call SWAT. If they're in spandex and pointing a super laser at you, you call the OSI. And if they're dressed regular and they're pointing a super laser at your daughter, that's when you call SPHINX.
Hunter explains what the deal is with SPHINX and how they differ from the OSI. Sgt Hatred. I have started to warm to Sgt Hatred slightly in recent episodes, but in many ways he's just as bad as ever in this one, playing with his gross bunion and singing annoying songs about his ex-wife.
My Apache flower, I want to devour or take a hot shower with you.
But thinking about it, he stopped crying and stalking Princess Tiny Feet, so his behaviour has improved quite a lot. And also, writing these songs, which annoy me and White from the looks of things, shows that he's developing some healthy coping mechanisms, so he has improved. And he also shows improvement when we learn that despite appearances, he didn't essay Billy a few episodes back.
Couldn't just leave him. I was afraid he might have a concussion or something. The little guy was just so cute and helpless. I cuddled him all night so I could see why he's your best friend.
So he is fully into his redemption arc. Cultural references. Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992.
Now, if you need blood, I'm prone to nosebleeds.
Billy, quite reasonably, believes that Monstroso and his crew are vampires, and the film leans heavily on Bram Stoker's Dracula. During the film, Keanu Reeves' character is given an attractive business offer by the titular character, but winds up being held hostage in his castle. During his time there, he is seduced by Dracula's 3 brides, who appear sexy at first, but are later revealed to be terrifying monsters. Luckily for Billy, the 3 women in his scene were regular humans, sex workers who Monstroso had hired to help persuade Billy to do his operation. Dracula is one of my favourite films, and I've seen it countless times. I was genuinely happy to see it referenced in this episode. In the art book, it says that Jackson and Doc are also obsessed with the film, and both are fans of the 3 brides scene. Doc goes on to say, "God damn, I want to be a part of that. Even if Dracula comes flying in with his ridiculous ass bun and waving his hands, I don't give a shit." Interesting fact, one of the brides is played by Monica Bellucci, who Tatiana's character design was based on. ASIMO. Robobo is a reference to ASIMO, an advanced humanoid robot introduced by Honda in 2000. In the art book, Doc explains that he is not a fan of ASIMO, and he remembers watching a load of ASIMO videos where ASIMO walks like a tragic, beaten down little robot that at any point is going to stop and take a dump on the floor.
Why does it walk like it has to take a dump?
Just a horrible, horrible thing. They always try to make robots for us, and they all suck. Even the little that are supposed to drive around the apartment and vacuum it. It just gets stuck in corners. Robots suck. That's my comment. Robots suck. Regarding those little shit, technology moves on, and I saw 2 huge Roombas in a shopping centre a few weeks back. They appeared to be doing a competent job, but when I returned a few days later, they weren't there, and instead I saw an actual person mopping the floor. So my guess is, like their smaller cousins, they got stuck in the corner one day and the manager gave up on them. ASIMO has had quite an impact on the cartoons of the 2000s. It was also featured on an episode of South Park when Cartman pretended to be one to prank Butters, but it went horribly wrong for Cartman when Butters took him away on holiday. Later in the episode, Cartman is outed for prancing around in his back garden pretending to be Britney Spears, and it serves him right. Degrassi.
I heard she was with some go-nowhere mechanic named Jay.
Sad. Does she know how you feel?
No, she doesn't, because that's all from a TV show. Captain Cuckoo here named his boat after Manny Santos on Degrassi.
The pirate captain's boat is named after Manny Santos, a character from Degrassi. There is a whole paragraph in the book about how Doc Hammer is a massive fan of the show. I've definitely seen it when I was little, but I can't remember it, other than the fact that it was quite edgy for a kids' show, but Doc appears to be an expert on it. Style. Whilst this episode relies heavily on the gothic horror genre, it also includes some impressive action scenes, such as Brock and Shirley boarding Monstroso's massive boat.
Suckers. I used to do that with a tennis ball to my dog.
Jokes. Billy making excuses to the hospital manager who questions him about his qualifications.
Anywhere, I'm glued. Look, I can't move my feet because you're stuck to the floor. Oh no, look, it's like molasses. Oh, I am so fucked.
Sure, leaving the boys' demonstration of how SPHINX doesn't have secrets.
I once jerked off 12 times in one day just to see if I could.
I had an erotic dream about Henry Rollins last night, and I'm straight as an arrow.
Remember that smell I told you was the garbage? That was my ass. I had chicken tandoori for lunch.
And Shore Leave being improperly attired for swimming in the cold ocean.
Ta-da! Genital formal wear. I'm ready.
You're not wearing that, are you?
This little get up and go works like a samurai mask. They get a gander at this little number and they're hypnotized.
Thoughts. The first line in the art book entry for Silent Partners is Doc Hammer saying that we are lining up for Operation P.R.O.M. The catalyst in that episode is Molotov's rescue of Monstroso, which is a shocking incident because it appears out of nowhere. But having spent time with Monstroso in this episode, it makes perfect sense. The reference to Bram Stoker's Dracula goes a long way with me, and I find Billy posing as a surgeon in the hospital hilarious. Rating. This is an unusual episode because it focuses so much on Monstroso, who is a newish character who we don't know much about. Because he is so new, the first time I saw this episode, I found it difficult to get emotionally involved with his heart transplant story. However, now I know he was being set up as a love interest for Molotov. The time we spent with him made complete sense. But aside from the Bram Stoker's Dracula reference, I don't remember connecting with this episode particularly well at the time, so I'm going to give the episode an 8 out of 10. So let me know what you think. Do you agree with my rating? Have you seen Bram Stoker's Dracula? Did you realise that Monstroso was being set up for a major plot? Were you shocked by the scene with King Gorilla and the investors? If you don't know what to write, just drop an ignore me or a brick frog or a SPHINX because comments really help with the algorithm. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop me a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've made loads of videos about the Venture Bros which you might enjoy. Welcome back to all my subscribers and hello to any newcomers. And thank you so much to my channel members. You guys are awesome. So I'm going to give you a shout out in the video's end screen. So please stick around for that. And check out my members monthly update video. I have 2 levels of membership, the Guild of Calamitous Intent and the Peril Partnership. So please consider signing up for membership if you can, because it really helps the channel. Add me on Instagram, add me on Blue Sky, the link is in my bio. So that's all from me. I upload videos every weekend, so unless anything comes up before then, I'll see you next time.